All right, students, the key thing we're looking at here today is the difference between distance and displacement. If you read the definitions there, you'll notice that both of them are actually distances, but they're different kinds of distances. So to kind of help explain that, I've got a number line here on the bottom and a snazzy little blue car, okay? So let's start out looking at just the simpler one here in red, just regular old distance, right? So if a car starts out on a road here, we'll say it starts on a location here we're gonna call -40 meters. The M is missing there, but we're gonna assume these numbers are meters. So the car starts at -40, it drives from -40 over here to +60. We could say the distance it travels is 100 meters. Now, it wouldn't matter if the car went that direction or if the car started here at 60 and went in reverse from 60 to -40. Both of those would be a 100-meter distance, okay? Now, it's a little different on the displacement side. Displacement is the distance between starting and end points, but it also includes positive or negative for direction. So if this car starts at -40 and it drives over here to +60, the displacement would be 100. But in this case, specifically +100. If the car starts at the 60 and went in reverse to the -40, that would be -100. Now that doesn't mean that they went back in time or something crazy. It's just the direction on the number line. Displacement is giving that direction information as a positive or a negative, okay? Now, let's make it a smidge more complicated to see where it really gets a little more interesting. Let's say the car starts here. Let's make it easy. Let's say the car starts at the 0 mark, and I'm just going off of the front tire there, right? Let's say the car goes driving from 0, drives down to 40, and then realizes, oh shoot, I missed something, reverse back, and goes all the way back here to -20. What's the distance that this car traveled? Well, it started at 0, it went 20 meters, 40 meters, 60 meters, 80 meters, 100 meters. So the distance the car just traveled is 100 meters. The displacement, however, is different. Displacement is just the distance between start and end points, along with that plus or minus for direction. The car started at 0 and it ended at -20, so the displacement of this car is -20 meters. Again, the negative doesn't mean some sort of weird space-time continuum has been broken. It just went backwards. It went that direction, negative instead of this way for positive, right? Now, it's almost like displacement just ignores what happened in the middle, right? So it's like the car could be here and you could just close your eyes and the car could do all these sorts of crazy back and forth things, and then it ends up here. You look at the start, you look at the end, the displacement is just the difference from 0 to -20, that's -20. If it had started at a 40 and did this, back and forth, and then ends at +20, right? The start number, it started at 40 meters, ended at 20 meters. That's a displacement of -20 meters also. It's still in the negative direction. So again, big difference between distance and displacement, positive and negative on displacement to include direction, and displacement just looks at start and end points and what's the difference between the two, where distance would include the entire path that the object travels.